Hello there, you guys. Welcome to another one of my live videos. As I currently haven't done now, I'm currently going to do it right now. My 2018 season, my 2018 review. I'm going to give you a review on this 2018, and I'm also going to give you my expectations ahead of 2019 as well. So we know the 2018, as we all currently know, it's been our worst start to a season, as we all know, in 28 years. We've had a lot of injury problems. Manchester United, of course. Did sack Mourinho Tuesday last week. As we all currently know, he confirmed he officially been sacked. Our worst start to his season, of course, as it did confirm in 28 years, as we all know. So potentially, I'm going to give you my review on the 2018 so far this year, because potentially it's nearly 2019, and I'm going to be discussing with you about my expectations for 2019. Of course, so we know potentially Mourinho had been sacked Tuesday of last week, as we all currently know. The Liverpool game was currently sacked him, as we all currently know. So potentially he did sign a contract until 2020 back in January this year, did Jose Mourinho, and potentially, as we all know, the board weren't backing some of his signs. He wanted to get in the summer window, and he was frustrated with the lack of transfer activity, as we all know currently. The players weren't performing for him. He had disputes with the board. He had disputes with the top players, as we all currently know. So potentially now we've had a really, really bad year this year, as we all currently know. Jose Mourinho lasted 2.5 years into the job, as we all know. But potentially, as I said, last year, Manchester United potentially didn't get their number one targets, that potentially wanted to get in. Matic wasn't a number one target, as we all know, because low, and he hasn't got a lot of tempo to his play. He wasn't getting his number one targets, and there was much better options out there we could have got last year, back in 2017, as we all know. Matic wasn't the first choice, as we all know, because there were better options out there as well. But potentially, the players weren't playing to the potential best over him. He was having disputes with the board, he was having disputes with the players, and the players just potentially weren't playing for him, as we all currently know. But as I said now, we've got Solskjaer in, we've recommended him as the interim boss, as we all currently know, and we've had two good positive results so far. 2 games, he's won his first 2 games as Manchester United manager, as we all know, as we currently said, 8 goals in 2 games, and players playing to the potential level, as we all know. But as I said, Jose Mourinho only he managed 144 games, he won 8 this only year, he managed 144 games, he won 84, he drew 32, he lost 28, goals 224, goals conceded 121. When we had Sir Alex Ferguson, he managed 1,500 games, 27 years of great success, 38 major honours, won 895, then 1,500 games. He drew 338, he lost 267, he got goal difference 2,769, goals conceded 1,365. When we had Louis van Gaal, played 103, won 54, drawn 25, lost 24, goals 158, goals away 98. David Moyes, we had played 51, won 27, drawn 9, lost 15, goal difference 86, and goals conceded 54. So essentially, I'm just giving you a bit of statistics on all the managerial areas so far that we've currently had. There's some of the stats, how many games they managed, how many they won, how many they drew, and how many they lost and stuff, and all the goal difference and the actual win percentage. Ferguson 59.7, Jose Mourinho 58.3%, Louis van Gaal 2.4%, and David Moyes 2.9%, as we all know. So that's just a few statistics here to give you an update on. But as I currently said, Jose Mourinho lasted 2.5 years into the job. As I said, he won the Europa League and he won the League Cup in his first season. As we all currently know, he won the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season. He got obviously second place with us last season, as we all know, and also progressed us to the FA Cup final. As we all currently know. But potentially, the results weren't good enough, the performances weren't good enough, especially this season, performances weren't good enough under him. The results weren't good enough. I don't think the board were potentially backing him. His team selections are wrong, his tactics were currently wrong as well, and he wasn't getting the signings that I wanted to get in at Manchester United. He spent over, obviously, £400 million on 11 players, did Jose Mourinho, as we all currently know. But yeah, there's a bit of review for this year, 2018. The results haven't been good, and I think the turning point was against Sevilla. That was the turning point of Mourinho's future as Manchester United manager. The results haven't been good enough this season. Performances, away at Bournemouth wasn't good enough. Champions League, in the group stage hasn't been good enough, even though we are still through. He was supposed to be on the verge of getting sacked at Newcastle. He said, regardless of the result, he was going to get sacked against Newcastle, but it didn't happen. away at Liverpool weren't good enough, and we just haven't been good enough this season. As we currently know, losing to Brighton, losing to West Ham, getting hammered at home by Tottenham at Old Trafford this season, and this is potentially why Jose Mourinho has lost his he lost his job at Manchester United, but he's proven he'll always have a good Wikipedia page because he has won titles everywhere he's been as Jose Mourinho. He obviously had problems at Chelsea as well. He did get sacked from Chelsea back in 2015. I think that was on the 17th of December. He'd been sacked from Chelsea, so he had problems with Chelsea. Obviously, the club had confirmed the sacking on the Tuesday. They give him a £22 million payoff, as we all currently know. Ed Woodward had confirmed that he'd been sacked. Ed Woodward had sacked him. Jose Mourinho training complex, as we all know. The club had confirmed a statement saying that he had been sacked, thanking him for his time there, as we all currently know. So yeah, that's merely the 2018 season review so far. So what are my potentially what are my expectations? But Jose Mourinho he got signings like Lukaku in, he got Matic in. He got obviously Eric Bailly in, he got Victor Lindelof in, he got Matic in, as I said. He obviously got Sanchez in as well, and he got quite a few other signings in as well. He got Diego Dalot in, of course. He got a second choice keeper, Lee Grant. He got Fred in as well, who he hardly ever played, Jose Mourinho when he was here. So he did get quite a few signings in, but obviously the players weren't performing for him, the players weren't playing with him, they weren't motivated, the team, as we all know, and I just don't think he suited the strap-ons of the club. I think his managerial style at the club was atrocious. I think his style of play was atrocious as well. But all of a sudden now, as I said, we've recommended Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to come into the job. First 2 games, 2 wins, 8 goals, as I currently said, and he's still maybe looking to get a few players in the January transfer window. Maybe he's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said, but 2 wins out of 2. As I said, players playing really, really well. As I said, now Pogba's running the show in the midfield, as we all know, as he has done, scored 2 goals against Huddersfield, got 2 or 3 assists against Cardiff. You've got Matic, who's played well in these 2 games, to be quite fair. We know he's slow. I have reservations about him, but he can pass the ball well. But I think in these 2 games, he's played very, very well, and he scored against Huddersfield Town as well, which was very, very good. And as you notice now, what we're seeing under Solskjaer, fullbacks pressing high up the pitch, centre-backs galloping high up the pitch as well, getting into midfield. We're getting bodies in decent positions, we're creating chances, and we're scoring goals, and players are putting good performances out. Fred, I think needs a bit more game time, to play to his potential level, to get to his best, as I said. But also, as I currently said, they're playing really, really well. The team's motivated, as we all know. The confidence in the team, the fans are happy. The players are happy as well, and the confidence is back in the team, as we all know. And I think Solskjaer does understand the philosophy of the club, as we all currently know. But as I said, 2 great results, as I currently said. Top 4 is still alive, even though we are 8 points behind top 4. That is our target this season, to try and somehow get into the top 4. We've got to do is keep winning our games and hope teams above us drop points as well. But my expectation now, heading into 2019, is potentially, Man United now, keep performing like this, elevates that higher level and try and get us back competing with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City and all that, because they have spent money. Klopp's invested in the last couple of seasons at least, and he's got Liverpool playing really, really well. Manchester City, as we all know, great team, but they have lost the last 2 Premier League games, but they've still got a great squad. Pep Guardiola spent £1 billion in all managerial ravers. Most of that money has been, invested into Manchester City, as we all currently know, but they will bounce back somewhere, shape or form. But as I said, my objective is now for Manchester United to get back competing, my expectation is to get Man United competing for major honours and challenging for silverware, and getting back up there competing with the likes of City and Liverpool and the likes of Chelsea and the big teams and all that. So that is my expectations for the 2019. Potentially, Solskjaer's got the job on an interim basis, as we all know. He did admit he'd like the job on a full-time basis, did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I currently said, because he's happy here. He loves the club, he knows the strappings of the club, he knows the culture of the club, he knows the club inside out. Does Ole Solskjaer, as we all currently know. And he was a great player for 11 years, from 1996 to 2007, as we all know, was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I think he's going to do good here. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said, reportedly he's going to get around a £50 million spending spree in January. The board are backing him, as we all know. I think potentially the club are still recruiting to get a full-time manager in the end of the season. That's if Solskjaer doesn't get it, depending on how he's in these 5 or 6 months. And if he does really, really well, as I said, he used to say he won't get the job on a full-time basis, as I currently said. But Yeah, my expectations are he may get a couple of signings in the January transfer window. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's interested in a few central defenders. He's interested in maybe getting a winger in as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There could be still players that could leave Manchester United, of course, as I've already updated you on, guys, as I currently said. But my expectations for 2019 is Man United get back to winning ways, as we have done in these two games under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer so far. Get us back up there competing, as I currently said, and that's my expectations. Maybe get a couple of players in. We're not desperate. We're not in any desperate rush to get any permanent deals in the January window. But £700-800 million being spent on this team, as we all know, since Alex Ferguson retired, as we all know. But you can tell the team are playing very, very good under Solskjaer. Pogba's expressing himself, and when he plays to his potential best, it's like two players in one. And I said he's a player that can be on 12 to 15 goals a season when he plays to his potential best, as we all know. Bailly, I think, is going to get more game time on the Solskjaer. Fred's going to definitely get more game time on the Solskjaer. And just Pereira will get a chance to prove himself as well, because Solskjaer has actually been discussing about rotating. He needs to pick the best lineups to get the results, but he did say he's going to give everybody the chance. He's going to promote the youth as well, and I think players are going to grow and develop under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be quite fair, as I currently said. But yeah, there's my review for 2018, as I currently said. So hopefully 2019 will be a better year next year. So I think, potentially I think we're going to have a good second half to the season, as we all currently know, to be quite fair. Solskjaer's got the team playing, he's got them communicating and working together as a team, as we all know, and he does know his tactics, he knows his lineups, as we all currently know. But he's going to rotate the squad. Did Solskjaer, as he currently said. So 2 wins out of 2, 8 goals scored, 5-1 at Cardiff. That was the first time we scored 5 goals in the Premier League since Alex Ferguson era, as I already told you about. Comfortable win against Huddersfield 3-1, even though there were a few scary moments. We did start the game a bit slow, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had mentioned, but apart from that, we did very, very well. Victor Lindelof played very, very well. I think he's improved this season anyway, Victor Lindelof. As I currently said, Mata started the game as well. Mata, as I said, he hasn't really had a lot of game time from the start of the season, but he's going to get it obviously under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Solskjaer, as I said, he's going to rotate. But as I said, we've had a few injury problems as well this season, as Mourinho was discussing when he was here. We've got several injury-prone players, as Jose Mourinho was saying as well. But as I said, when we had Mourinho, worst start to his season, he had the worst start to his season, Jose Mourinho, than Van Gaal did and David Moyes did, as we all currently know. But I think I'm confident now. Things are going to turn around. Solskjaer's got that philosophy. He's got that winning mentality. The right mentality is in the team, as you all know, and the team just looks well motivated now. We are playing the United way, as we used to see under Alex Ferguson, as we all currently know. But yes, as I was saying, he's got plans to maybe get a few players in the January window. But yeah, going ahead into the Manchester United-Bournemouth game, as I said, at Old Trafford, as I've just done my preview on my last video, guys. I just did my preview to you on my last video. Potentially, as I said, Bournemouth have lost 4 of their last 5 games. As I said, they're sitting 12th in the league. They've lost 9 out of 19 games so far this season, or is it 18? They've won 8 and they've drawn 2 of Bournemouth, as I said. They've got Lewis Cook out for the season. They've got Daniel Gosling out as well, and they've got Adam Smith out as well for injury. So they've got a few injury problems. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said a few interesting stuff. I think in his press conference he said, we've got some good news that Sanchez is set to return for Manchester United after he has suffered a hamstring injury, but it looks positive. It looks positive now that reportedly he's set to return. He could be featuring in the Bournemouth clash, could Alexis Sanchez, but if not, he's definitely going to be involved in the Newcastle game, as Solskjaer has confirmed. So Solskjaer has basically said regarding Sanchez and Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, Romelu Lukaku has missed the 2 previous games, so he hasn't played yet under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Romelu Lukaku, due to his being on compassionate leave. Of course, Martial also missed the last game as well due to an illness or something like that as well. So yeah, he said basically it's down to Sanchez and Romelu Lukaku to prove themselves. He wants Sanchez and Romelu Lukaku to prove themselves. He said it's down to them. He said it's down to them to show it, do it, and show it on the pitch. This is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed. He said it's up to them if they do perform, and he wants Romelu Lukaku and Alexis Sanchez to step it up, as we all know. So Lukaku's set to return for the Bournemouth game. So too is Sanchez. as well, because he's recovered from his injury fantastically well. I can't remember last game Alexis Sanchez featured him, but he has been out for a long time. You know, he's on £500,000 a week. He's yet to prove himself. He didn't prove himself under Mourinho, as we all know. Most of the team didn't, because they weren't playing to their potential level. Romelu Lukaku, as I said, he's slow. He doesn't have much pace about his game. He's a big game bottler. Everyone says his first touch concerns him, but he's going to get the chance under Solskjaer, and hopefully, you know, Lukaku can prove himself under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he has been lacking goals this season, as Romelu Lukaku, who's injured, of course, early on in the season as well. He scored 27 goals in his first season, did Romelu Lukaku, as we all know, as Jose Mourinho, you know, paid 90 million, well, 75 million plus 15 million add-ons, which did take it to £90 million, as we all currently know. So I think potentially they're set to return. I think Martial's going to play in this Bournemouth game as well, as I currently said. But as I said, you know, in the he's also confirmed as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to update you guys, that Antonio Valencia will still remain the Manchester United captain. As he's been struggling for fitness and form this season, Antonio Valencia, as we all currently know, you know, he had a mouth injury, didn't he, earlier on this season. He also had fallouts with Jose Mourinho as well. There was speculation of him leaving the club, potentially in January or next summer, because his representative had been discussing about his Manchester United future, Antonio Valencia. But Solskjaer said he's still an essential right back, as we all know. But reportedly he's going to keep the captain's armband. You know, Valencia, who's made up 300 appearances since he's come to United. He has been here since 2009 as the player, as we all know. He's won individual awards, won the PFA Team of the Year, he won St. Buzzwood Player of the Year, and Manchester United's Player of the Year, as well as Antonio Valencia. And since he's been here, he's won 2 Premier Leagues, he's won an FA Cup, he's won 2 League Cups, he's won the Europa League, and he's won 3 Community Shields, as well as Antonio Valencia. But reportedly, he's confirmed as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that he still will be he'll have the captain's. Will Antonio Valencia say he will keep the captain's armband, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has confirmed. And the last 7 meetings between Man United and Bournemouth, you know, Man United have won 5, there's been 1 draw, and Bournemouth have won 1, because when they first come up, you know, they did actually beat Manchester United, did Bournemouth, as we all currently know, guys. But yeah, as Finny Solskjaer confirmed, yes, Sanchez and Lukaku have got to prove themselves, they've got to express themselves, and he did say to the team, I want the team to express themselves, and they have done this in these first 2 games under the management of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as I said. But he did say everybody's going to get the chance, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said. But he said it's up to Lukaku and Sanchez if they're going to do it on the pitch or not. As I said, he's still got to think about contract renewals, as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There could be still players leaving, as I said. So if Sanchez doesn't prove consistent when he gets the chance to play under Solskjaer, he may leave. Same with Lukaku. If he doesn't prove himself consistent under Solskjaer, he may leave as well. Darmian, I don't think he's got a future at Manchester United. He's coming to an end of his contract. There's a few Italian clubs interested in him as well. But we have still got backup options in our defensive line. We've got Jones, who had a good game against Huddersfield, as I said. We know that he's known for injuries, just like Luke Shaw's been known for injuries. He's injury prone, Luke Shaw. You know, he had injury problems at Southampton, he's had injury problems since he's come in. He's our most central left back. You've got Marcus Rojo, who's been injured. You know, he's still injured now, I think, so he won't be featuring. I think Smalling's still injured. Rojo, as I said, you know, he can play as a left wing back, he can play him as full back, he can play him in a central defensive position as well. And you've got Victor Lindelof, who's really improved this season. You know, obviously he was injured for a long time, but you know, when he has been playing, you know, he's dramatically improved this season. Victor Lindelof, as we all know. But as I said, yeah, Bournemouth are struggling after actually Bournemouth had a decent start to this season, as we all know, but they're now sitting in 12th position, as we all know. They're only 6 points behind Manchester United, you know, as I currently said. I think they're on 26, Manchester United are on 32. I think we're sitting in 6th position, as we all know. People still may say these problems, we still need to get a strong central defender in, maybe need to get a winger in as well. But potentially for me, we're in no desperate need to get any permanent deals in the January transfer window, as we all currently know. So my 2018 season, it hasn't been a good 2018 at all for Manchester United. But we've had a happy ending of 2018, nearly, of Jose Mourinho getting sacked, Solskjaer getting recommended to come in as an interim boss, and getting the team playing the way they should be. Great attacking football. He also likes the width as well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he's happy fulfilling the managerial role. And he did admit he'd love the job on a full-time basis, and if he progresses, Manchester United may give him the contract, as we all currently know. But yeah, it's confirmed Valencia has got the captain's armband. Solskjaer's confirmed that Valencia has got the captain's armband. Solskjaer's also confirmed he wants Lukaku and Sanchez to express themselves, and he said it's down to them to perform and do it on the pitch. As he currently explained, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Lukaku is Premier League proven. He's proven to be a prolific goal scorer in the past, but he hasn't done it this season, as we all know. Martial's been great this season when he's been fully fit. He's been our best outfield player without a doubt. So too is Rashford. I think they're going to grow and develop fantastically well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as we all know. I think Scott McTominay is still a doubt to feature, as it did say. Smalling's a doubt, Rojo's a doubt, but Sanchez could potentially be in contention to play against Bournemouth, but he'll definitely will be fully fit for Newcastle, definitely, as Solskjaer's confirmed. And Newcastle is on the 2nd of January, as we all currently know. But as I said, Man United is still recruiting to get a full-time manager in at the end of the season, whether it's going to be Pochettino or Zinedine Zidane, because they are the two favourites. As Gary Neville was saying, he'd recommend Pochettino because of his use of young players, and he would be a good candidate. Paul Scholes did say, he'll have the willpower at United, he'll have the right amount of money to spend at Manchester United. Will Mauricio Pochettino, and so to Alex Ferguson, of course. He said Pochettino would be the right man to come in at Manchester United. This is what Paul Scholes said. Pochettino would be the right man to come in at Manchester United. So Pochettino is probably still the number one favourite to come in. He's Premier League proven. He knows about the Premier League. He's good at developing young players. He's only spent £50 million at Tottenham since 2014, as we all currently know. But he's got a good squad at Tottenham as Pochettino. He's Premier League proven. He's been managing since 2009. He's got a 5-year deal. It will cost Man United £40 million to get him at the end of the season because, as I just said, he's got a 5-year deal with Tottenham. I think he's got great managerial credentials. He's never won out in terms of silverware as a manager, but I think his use of young players is very, very good. I think he'd have a positive environment with the players and the coaching staff, which obviously Solskjaer's got because he knows about the club anywhere. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he knows some of the players from the reserve team that he used to manage Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But Solskjaer's going to do well, but if it isn't Solskjaer, I would like it to be Pochettino, as I said. And he played in his playing career for 18 years, or I would like Zinedine Zidane. And as I updated you, we know that the Juventus manager has also been mentioned as well, but he isn't a potential favourite, as we all know. But as I said, Zinedine Zidane reported Man United offering the job a couple of weeks ago to come in. Zinedine Zidane's contemplating the offer. Never played or managed in the Premier League, but he's got great managerial credentials. He's got a good pedigree, and Pochettino's got a good pedigree in the Premier League. He's never won out in terms of silverware, but he has got a great squad with Tottenham. Tottenham's mainly been around him because he's only spent £50 million since 2014. But Zinedine Zidane, as I said, he hasn't been manager since May. At Real Madrid, as we all know, he's managerless at the moment, but I think he's destined to come and manage in the Premier League. He's Zinedine Zidane, as we all know. I think he understands the philosophy. He likes attacking football, and he had great players at Real Madrid, and he was a great player at Real Madrid. He was a great player, when he was playing his playing career at Real Madrid and Juventus, but he was a great manager at Real Madrid. He won 3 Champions Leagues and that with them, so he has got a good background. He has got a great managerial CV, as we all know. So potentially, I think they are the two favourites if Solskjaer doesn't get the job on a full-time basis, as we all know. But as I've already updated you, Bay's going to get more game time. I think, we're keen on getting Toby Alderweireld in, or Koulibaly, and who keeps getting mentioned in the press. Reportedly, we've been linked with Juventus' Douglas Costa as well, as I've already updated you guys. But there you go. My prediction 2019 is Man United elevates at higher level. Get us back up there competing, as I said, get us back up there competing with the likes of Liverpool and Manchester City and the Chelseas and that. And some way, shape, form, hopefully we can somehow find a way to get into the top 4 this season. There's still a long way to go. There's still another half of the season left to go yet. So there is still a chance. I know we are 8 points behind top 4. We're 19 points behind top, as I said. But as I said, the club is still recruiting. The club is still recruiting to get a new manager in. Obviously, we're still in the search of a director of football, as we all know. I don't know who that's going to be. That was mentioned in the press the other week was Paul Mitchell. And the recent one was mentioned who was Peter Schmeichel of coming in as being the director of football. He's never had any experience of being in that role. Peter Schmeichel, he was a good goalkeeper for 8 years. He was here from 1991 to 1999. I think he won 10 major honours at Manchester United. did Peter Schmeichel, as we all know. You know, I think he won. He won 10 honours here. I think he won the Champions League with us, Premier Leagues with us. He won quite a few trophies there with Manchester United. Did Peter Schmeichel, as we all know, as a goalkeeper. As we all know, obviously, he won the European Championship with Denmark in 1992. Did Peter Schmeichel as well. But potentially, he knows about the club. As I said, he played alongside Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for 3 years. Did Peter Schmeichel, as we all currently know, but. As I said, a lot of United fans wouldn't want to see him become director because he played 398 times for Manchester United, Peter Schmeichel. He obviously played for City as well. He played for Aston Villa. He played for Sporting Lisbon at one point as well, I think, during his playing career, did Peter Schmeichel. But he did say he was considering the job of fulfilling the director of football's role at Manchester United. But a lot of United fans wouldn't really want to see him. They want to see someone who's experienced, as I currently said. But we're still in the search for that. So, yeah, that's my review. So, anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.